Hello. Do you often suffer from back pain or spine pain and other joint pains? And you know your posture may be one of the biggest reasons? Then stay tuned till the end of this video. Myself, Dr. Sarika Katkuri, physiotherapist practicing in Mumbai. So in the last video, we had spoken about your posture of the upper spine, that is your upper back. What are the wrong postures and what you can do to correct the posture of your upper spine. Today we will be covering the lower spine, that is your lower back area. So first let's see what are the common mistakes or common incorrect postures that people go into. So first let's talk about the standing posture. Whoever have a standing job, who have to stand for long hours of the day, they often tend to go into a lordotic posture, which means their lower tummy comes forward. Okay, so often when we are standing for a long time, after some period of time, the tummy comes forward and the back gets excessively arched. And this type of posture, if you adopt for few minutes, it won't harm you. But if you adopt it for long hours and for many days, weeks, months together, it will start having a negative impact on your spine. So you have to be careful that whenever you are standing for a long period of time, make sure that your tummy is not forward, it is tucked inside and your spine is not excessively arched. Even if you try it right now, you will feel some amount of relief right away. Okay, so got that? So if you have a tendency to put your stomach forward, not so much, even if a little bit, try to tuck it in and you will feel that your spine is coming into a neutral position, which is a correct posture or position for your spine. Now the second common mistake that we tend to do is when we stand, we tend to shift our body weight onto one of our legs. Say for example, I will shift my body weight onto one leg and stand in this way. Now again, if you stand like this for a few minutes, it's not going to harm you. But if you have this habit over months and years, you will definitely at some point of time develop a backache. So make sure you're not standing on either of your sides for prolonged period of time. So what you need to do, whenever you stand for a long time, have some distance between your feet, like a hip width distance, okay? And make sure your body weight is equally distributed on both legs. But still, if you get uncomfortable after some time and you want to shift your weight, you can shift onto one side, but very little. And if you do that, make sure after few minutes, you again shift your weight onto the other side. Okay, so whenever you want to shift weight, you can do so, but do it on both sides. So you will be on one side for few minutes, the other side for few minutes, and then in the center. So shifting of the body weight is important. Now let's cover the improper sitting postures. So let's go on to the chair. Now let's look at the incorrect sitting postures, okay, for the lower spine. So what is the common mistake that we do is whenever we sit on a chair for work, we tend to be away from the backrest. That is, our hips are not touching. So somewhat we are forward like this and then we may sit like that. Now this gap that comes between your hip and the chair has makes your spine go into a rounded posture, and that creates a lot of strain on your lower spine. So first thing is make sure your hips are touching the backrest of the chair. Pull the chair close to the table and make sure that the angle between your knee, your legs and the thigh is 90 degrees and your foot is resting on the floor. Okay, so the foot is resting on the floor, angle is 90, your hip is touching the backrest. After you have got your seating position correct, you can also make use of a back roll. Like I have a original Mackenzie back roll here. So whenever you are sitting on the chair with your hips touched at the back, you can place a roll right above your hips in your lower spine curvature. This makes sure that your spinal natural curve is maintained. Like you can see on the spinal model here, our spine is curved this way. Okay, so this curvature needs to be maintained so that you do not strain your lower back often. Alright, then you can follow a simple tip or a simple exercise while you're at work. Say you're working for 30 minutes or 1 hour at a stretch in the sitting position. The first thing you need to do is every 45 minutes or every hour, just get up from your place, walk for around 2 minutes and then again come back to sitting position. This makes sure that your spine is not in just one position for a long period of time. Second thing that you can do is that in the seated position itself, I'll take off the roll for now. So in the seated position itself, you can curve your spine forward and backward. How to do that? You can go into a slouch posture. So for example, you will sit slouch, your entire spine is curved forward. You can even look down. After a few seconds, you sit upright, pull your stomach out and bend slightly backward. Maintain normal breathing as you do this. Then again, repeat the same thing, slouch forward, look down. Okay, and then again sit upright, pull your stomach out and bend backwards. Now this makes sure that your spine is moving in all the direction, specifically the forward and backward direction. This ensures that your spine does not get strained because you're giving it movement in both the directions every hourly or every 2 hourly. So these are the few tips that you can follow at work, whether you have a standing job or a sitting job. Okay, so you can also watch the video that I made for the upper spine. I will be attaching the link in the description box. And if you have any doubts or queries, you can post in the comment section. Thank you and please share and subscribe the video.